Hello and welcome to Game of the Day here on Cricket Leinster TV. Today's offering, brought to you by Mason Alexander and LHW Financial Planning, is the absolutely crunch playoff between Leinster and Rush. This decides who gets to play Premier League cricket next season, and at the toss it was Rush who won it, and they chose to bat first. After opting to bat first, both Vishwanath and Doheny got the Rush innings underway with drives early on. Vishwanath showed his quick hands with identical boundaries to fine leg before Doheny showed his timing and a little fortune with successive boundaries in the 7th over. Doheny climbed into a short ball from Hugh MacDonald in the 10th, but the introduction of George Stockwell brought the first wicket, Vishwanath edging to Garrett Delaney at slip. Doheny continued hitting his boundaries and hit his 5th of his 29 before Conor Mullen got in on the act with a square cut and then a straight drive. Mullen was Dockwell's second wicket, playing forward and prodding straight to MacDonald. Rush captain Neil Rock hit a lovely cover drive before opener Doheny was run out, looking for a second by a fine throw from Joe Carroll in the deep. Rock and Tipu Gull then set about putting on the biggest Rush partnership of the day, 118. Gull was impressive with his late dabs and cuts, while Rock never refused an opportunity to get in the front foot and drive. Their double threat had the Leinster side worried and pushed Rush into the box seat as the final 10 overs approached. In the 40th over, Neil Rock hit successive sixes off the first two deliveries, the first off a pull-down delivery, the second crunched over wide long off. Clough had his revenge third ball however, as he tempted Rock with another tossed up ball. Rock could only drive to mid-off, and his 80 off 83 came to an end. When Gull was run out 2 overs later, Leinster had snatched momentum back in their favour. With 6 overs to go, Rush were 203 for 5 and needed to get up to 250 at least, but Joe Carroll took 2 in the 45th, both Iqbal and Eastwood edging through to O'Herlihy behind the stumps. Carroll had his third for 35 runs when O'Herlihy caught Ramnathpur in the 49th, before 2 run-outs in the 50th over meant Rush were bowled out with 3 balls to spare. Having been 185 for 3, Rush were disappointed to finish 227 all out and were probably short of par off their allocation. Of the Leinster openers, Hugh MacDonald went off the quicker in the first 3 overs as they chased 228. It was the 5th over before Garrett Delaney flashed to the wide one to get his second streaky boundary of the day, but he more than made up for it later on. MacDonald and Delaney went shot for shot, clipping off pads, driving through cover, going through mid-off and sweeping to fine leg. In the 12th over, Delaney swept hard over the indoor facility at North County before cutting to the point boundary and taking Leinster to 71 without loss. Back-to-back boundaries in the 13th over brought Delaney to his half-century as he showed his powerful and classical shot-making. After yet another boundary, MacDonald got the finest of edges through to Rock and departed for 28, leaving Leinster 92 for 1. Monal Patel came in at 3 and merely continued the Leinster onslaught. He smashed 6 boundaries and 1 6 as he and Delaney added 93 for the second wicket. Delaney hit a stunning 14 4s and 6 6s in his 82 ball 113, which was an exhibition of shot making. In the 24th over, Patel struck 4-6-4-4 as Leinster charged towards their target as the drinks break approached. No one could outdo Delaney, however. In the 25th, he smashed almost identical maximums to the long-on region. The power he has is immense. Immediately after drinks, Patel cut straight to backward point to depart for 47 off 42, but in the very next over, Delaney smashed Eastwood for a straight six that cleared the adjoining road, bringing up his magnificent century. Delaney pulled another six to square leg and cut a four to backward point to take Leinster to the brink of victory, but couldn't quite see his side home. Eastwood, who like the whole Rush side never stopped trying, hurried him and Vishwanath could take an easy catch. Delaney's innings, a magnificent one, had come to an end on 113. After Dockwell hit a glorious straight drive, he too departed, edging Eastwood through to rock, but with only 13 runs required, Leinster were almost there. A boundary from Joe Carroll, followed by another from Saki Bahudar, secured victory for the Premier League side and made sure they retained their status for 2019. All in all, it was a 6-wicket victory over a gallant Rush side in the 2018 Mason Alexander LHW Financial Planning Promotion Relegation Playoff. Gareth, I'll bring you in. 113, absolutely massive for your team today. You like this ground, first ever ton scored here when you were a youngster, but really great performance today.
Yeah, I'm happy enough to be able to contribute. Haven't really done as much as I'd like throughout the season, so felt I needed to step up today and thought I did, so happy.
You certainly did that and really brought your team along there. It was over 16 overs to spare in the end. George, talk to us about it. You've had the two captains throughout this side when you haven't been available during this season. It's been a tough season for Leinster. What does it mean to the club as a whole to be in the Premier League next year?
Look, it's fantastic. I think the Premier League's been incredibly, tough all season. I think it's been very competitive, and the cricket that's been played has been brilliant, which is good to see. And obviously, we ended up at the wrong end of the table, and it can be tough when you start getting kind of losses after loss, and trying to turn that round is always challenging. So I think the guys have fought fairly hard here, and got the wins we needed to stay in that second bottom spot and get ourselves into a playoff. And as I said, for the guys to come out here and play the way they did, first of all with the ball, I thought every single bowler was fantastic, and then the guys to go out and stick his hand up like that, and kind of took it away from him straight away, right from the start, gave him no momentum whatsoever, and pretty special knock. So fair play to him.
Well, fair play to him, fair play to both of you. Thanks very much for joining us, and well done on winning today's playoff match.
Cheers, thanks.
Thank you.
Neil, if I can come to you first, tough day for the club. It has been a great season, but tough way to finish off.
Yeah, obviously disappointing today, but very proud of the lads, how they've played all year to get second in the league. It's very good for us, what we aimed for at the start of the year. Unfortunately, today just wasn't our day.
Wasn't your day today, Stephen? You were batting well. You were going well today. Going back to the cricket, you could have got a few more runs today. Just unfortunate to be run out there. Disappointed in the form you were in at the moment.
Yeah, these things happen. It is cricket at the end of the day, and if it had happened to Gareth when he was on 20, it's a different game. So look, you can't take anything away from Leinster. They played very well in terms of cricket. It happens. Neil batted very well. He probably scored enough runs for the both of us. So it happens.
It's one of those things that we've had. You mentioned it's been a good season. It's what you set out for. You've won the National Cup, and you're going in. Hopefully next season now you'll be able to step up into the Senior Cup and test yourselves at a higher level.
Yeah, exactly. Obviously, aim is get promoted next year. Hopefully, win the league next year and save us having to beat a Division 1 team in the playoff. Well,
we appreciate you giving your time here after such a defeat today. So best of luck in the off season. So there we have it. After a wonderful season on Cricket Leinster TV, brought to you by Mason Alexander and LHW Financial Planning, Leinster secured their place in next season's Premier League. We hope you've enjoyed everything that we've brought to you here this season, and until we see you again, go well.